Here's another case without a good, clear answer. Ms. Kaufman is farther down the road than Ms. Welch. She's got a lot more baggage and history, but you're Tina Lynn Kaufman.
Yes.
This is file number 241968 SD. You're charged with operating while intoxicated. It was reduced from an operating while intoxicated with a high blood alcohol to that. To do a little history lesson here, you got arrested on May 26th of 2024 on Sproul Road for operating with a high blood alcohol level. Then you got arrested again in August of 2024 for operating with a high blood alcohol level in Colon Township on Burr Oak Road and Custer Road. The August case was dismissed outright, and you pled to the May case was dismissed, and you pled to the August case. You were placed on probation in January of 2025 for 24 months. Your probation officer is Autumn Kiefer. She filed a probation violation petition that you got arrested in, I'm not sure what the date of that offense is. We'll find out. You were convicted of operating with a high blood alcohol level, drinking, driving in LaGrange County after you had been placed on this probation. So this is set for a probation violation arraignment today. So that is the allegation, that after you were placed on probation on our drunk driving charge, you got a new drunk driving charge and a conviction in LaGrange County. And that is the number one condition of probation, not violate any law of any unit of government. The date of the offense,
June 18th of 2025.
June 18 of 25, after you were placed on probation. You got serious health issues. You're continuing to struggle, and you're on allegedly a probation in LaGrange County. Also present is Angelique Camfield from the prosecuting attorney's office, Kiefer, who was your original probation officer and who was going to be your new probation officer, Priscilla Walton. Ms. Kiefer, what's the status here?
So Ms. Kaufman, as your Honor has stated, she was arrested back in June of 2025 for driving under the influence in LaGrange County. She did have a blood result down there of a 0.27. She had been in Bowen Center treatment. However, she, as your Honor can see today, she does have some serious medical issues that have been rearing their head for the last couple months. She has been in and out of the hospital. She did plead guilty in LaGrange County. She was sentenced in the beginning of January. She was sentenced to a 1-year probation. However, in LaGrange County, they will not begin that supervised probation until other probations are completed. So they are awaiting a phone call from our office this morning to let them know what occurs today. They are aware that she's on probation here and that she has violated that order. She did serve a couple days up front down in LaGrange County from that sentence in January. She does have 5 days deferred here. I feel that Ms. Kaufman obviously has an alcohol addiction. She should be serving some of the deferred time because that's what she was told in the beginning of the sentence, is that if she did violate this probation, those deferred time, that's what they'd be used for. However, her state today and her medical condition currently, I am not so sure that the jail is going to want to have her in their jail for 5 days. I understand and I appreciate Ms. Kaufman coming in. She's always been upfront and honest with me every time that she's reported. She was attending online 12-step meetings because of the lack of her driver's license and her medical history, so she was doing that. She had been seeing Amanda down at the Bowen Center, so that has been continuing. When she's not hospitalized for the medical issues, she is trying to follow up on all of those issues. So I would ask today, I understand this is an arraignment, but I would ask that Ms. Kaufman be revoked from this probation. I would like her to do at least 2 days in jail to push through the fact that she did violate this probation and she failed the order of the court. And then she can be released down to LaGrange County to complete their probation. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Kaufman, that's your probation officer's recommendation. We're in a strange circumstance that you can't start your LaGrange probation until you get off this probation. And you live in LaGrange County and you've been doing your treatment in LaGrange County. And each of your blood alcohol level in all three of these was very high. It was all up in the 220s or something. But you got some serious health problems. I ought to mention that our jail may not even accept you in light of your heart and respiratory issues. It's apparent to us that you got an oxygen tank with you. You're presently on prescribed oxygen. 24 hours?
Yes.
So this is an arraignment where the judge just tells you what the charge is. You have a right to have a hearing on the charge. You have a right to have an attorney. Your original attorney was Mr. Felt. You retained him, but we could also hire a lawyer for you. We could appoint one to assist you in the probation violation hearing. Your probation officer originally recommended 5 days. Now she's recommending 2. I don't think our sheriff will take you, even if I ordered a jail sentence. But the question here is, do you wish to simply admit this violation, or do you wish to have a hearing on it? In which case I could appoint an attorney and set it for a hearing. Frankly, it won't be very hard to prove it. You pled guilty. One of the problems, you were placed on probation here in January. You got arrested in June. So this thing has been hanging over your head since June. We didn't actually do the probation violation until you were convicted in January. So, and between June and January, you got plugged back into the Bowen Center. Is that correct?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Normally I meet with her 2 times a month. I meet with her today also. And a couple other meetings I had to cancel because I was hospitalized.
You were just in till New Year's Eve to January 5th or 6th.
No, the last time was the 31st through the 3rd.
31st of February or January? All right. You've given yourself more of a sentence than I could. What I propose to do is simply revoke your probation, let you go to Indiana and deal with your new probation and your new treatment. You got a supreme gift. They just outright dismissed one of these drunk driving charges. And Mr. Felt was astute enough to know how bad your alcohol struggles were. But he negotiated that deal where one case was just disappeared. We tried the probation, then you got a new arrest a few months after that. In the meantime, your health has deteriorated. When did you have your last drink?
I completed treatment in August. I don't know if you'd like to see this.
Sure. So you have anything since then or since you got out?
Nope,
I was in summer of 25. All right. Are you willing, based on what I told you, to acknowledge that you pled guilty to a drinking driving charge that occurred in June of 2025 in the state of Indiana, which is a violation of your probation?
yes,
This smells like smoke. Are you still smoking?
no,
When did you last smoke?
a couple months ago.
I'm not sure I believe that, but you're not charged with a smoking violation. But as you know, it just adds to your decline. All right, I'll note that the defendant admits to, I'm gonna keep that. Can I keep that one? Do you need?
Yes,
All right. All right, you're willing to waive your right to have a hearing based on your probation violation, based on what I told you, is that correct?
yes,
All right, I'm gonna revoke your probation. I'm gonna waive all existing fine and cost. This way you can start your probation in LaGrange. You deserve a jail sentence. You deserve a significant one. But you have done some work since you got arrested in Indiana. You've been back plugged into treatment. And you're gonna be on a new probation. And it's gonna be very difficult for you to be in jail with your oxygen and other medications. And the sheriff probably won't even take you. So I'm discharging you from probation. I want you to go with Miss Kiefer. That'll take care of anything else that needs to be taken care of. Shows an unsuccessful discharge.
Successfully, Your Honor? or
Yes,
revocation?
unsuccessful. All right, Ms. Coffin, you're good to go. I'll put that letter in there also. All right, we've also got Jared Fake Barker. Would you come forward, please? Also present is Melissa Barker. Daniel Frazine is present. Also Angelique Canfield is present. Good morning, Mr. Barker.
Good morning, Your Honor.
This is set up as what's called a consultation. You're not charged with violating your probation or anything, but there's just time to come in and consult about what's going on. Mr. Frazine is here and he's your probation agent. Let's look at the actual judgment. You're charged with attempted resisting, obstructing, and domestic violence. In the domestic violence class or case, you're doing the domestic violence class. You're not to have any contact with the complainant until further order of the court. That was November 3rd of 2025. Mr. Frazine had asked me to set this consultation and to ask Ms. Barker, Melissa, to be here. If I understand it, Ms. Barker, you wish me to lift that no contact provision of this probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
What would you like me to know?
I'm going through a lot of health issues right now. I'm waiting on some test results, some biopsies. I had surgery a couple weeks ago. And I mean, I miss him. You know, if he's doing good in his classes, as you say, then you know, I'm hoping that we can in the future sometime get some more marriage counseling and, you know, and stay on track. But, you know, he's never been out of the home for this long, and I'm hoping that he's learned something.
Well, wasn't in fact he paying a lot of the bills?
No,
He wasn't, all right. Well, Daniel, you asked me to schedule this, and thank you. I did this with my eyes open. I put him on probation. Normally, I would lift the no contact provision at the time I put him on probation because there's supervision. But this one, I said until further order of the court. A, I wanted to see how he was doing in his treatment, and B, I wanted to get input further from Ms. Barker. So Daniel, so far the domestic violence treatment seems to be going okay.
Yes, and I think he's at 5 groups right now, and I did test him end of last week, and the test came back. I got it this morning, and it was negative, so no drugs, no alcohol as well.
Ms. Barker, are you still in the house on Millard Court?
yes,
Mr. Barker, where are you?
I'm at 203 Andrews Street.
Just down the road. So
Yeah.
your envision, Ms. Barker, is that Jared would come back into the home and be there to assist you with your appointments and the other things you have going on.
and be my husband and a rightful one, you know.
All right.
That's-
Mr. Barker, is that what you wish to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Canfield, do you have any input on this?
If I could just have a couple moments, Judge. I've had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Barker, Your Honor. I just like to make sure that nobody's been threatened or coerced to come in and make that request, and she indicates to me that she has not. So I will leave it to the discretion of the court since he has completed some therapeutic process thus far.
I didn't get that impression, and neither did Daniel. I think she's doing this of her own free will. She's expressed her reasons why. Mr. Barker is doing a good job on his probation. And our goal isn't to make everybody never see their spouse again. So I will amend the probation to lift the no contact provision. Allow defendant to reside in the same home.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Barker, as you know, this isn't the first case we've had that come out of your house on Millard Court,
No, sir.
but we needed a big timeout. You've been on a timeout since September. It's now February. You're not drinking. You're going to your domestic violence treatment. She needs you as a caregiver and helper, and she wants you back as a husband. So you need to be a good husband.
Yes, sir.
All right, your probation is continued in all other respects, but the no contact provision is lifted.
Thank you.
Daniel, well, you're not here. Do you need to see him?
No, we spoke not too long ago.
I try to keep in contact with Daniel if I have any other even.
Well, he
thoughts.
told me that you'd been doing a good job and when we set this consultation up. So stay in contact with him. You look good.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And you guys can go out to breakfast and figure out who's gonna be where, but your probation's continued, the no contact provision is lifted. All right, you're good to
Thank
go.
you.
Thank you, Judge Middleton.
All right, you keep doing what you're doing, Mr. Barker. I'd like
Most
to see you.
definitely. I'm getting a lot out of my classes. Yes, I am.
How many weeks are you through?
I believe I'm in, I had some technical difficulties with the phone, getting the videos and everything going. I believe I'm on 5th or 6th class, and each and every class, I'm getting more and more out of it.
I'm glad to hear that. All right. You know where Daniel is if you need any further assistance. You're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
All right, we'll make that change in the lien.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, next up, we've got a combination PPO hearing and a probation violation on Shane Long. Yes.
Oh, like after one.
Yeah.